I was thinking my current life was just a sketch, a preparation for something really important and enjoyable. Days, months, years were dragging so slow, and I felt like I wasn't moving forward at all. I was separated from my husband and believed that after we are reunited, the bright future will come. My life has been delayed for several years, which will never come back. Yes, the waiting and staying faithful was absolutely worth it, but even now, after we are reunited, I still have those speckles of the delayed life syndrome that are ruining the everyday joy of living for me. And this is what I want to talk about today. Have you ever thought something like this? After I retire, I'll finally be able to travel. After I pay off my debt, I'll finally leave the job that I hate. After I send kids to college, I'll finally take up art or anything else again. After my business reaches this goal, I'll finally plan my wedding. After I move abroad, my dreams will finally come true. And so on and so forth. It can be anything that fits in the scheme. After something happens, I will finally do what I really want to do. There's always an obstacle to acting. There's always a better and happier future, and we perceive the present as something that needs to go away as fast as it can. We save most of our money for happier days, we save our nicer clothes for a memorable occasion, we save our good silverware for precious guests after all. We delay our life because we believe that the right moment is yet to come. But this is how we get trapped in the delayed or postponed life syndrome. This term was coined by Russian professor Vladimir Serkin in 1997. The professor studied psychology of people living in the north who survived by hoping for a better life away from the northern lands. And here are 7 main signs that you might be living a delayed life scenario. Anticipation is your major joy. You're always waiting for a certain threshold to pass. Until then, life is a mundane, gray routine. You tend to depreciate your personal and professional achievements as they always seem not enough. You don't allow yourself doing something because something terrible in the world is happening. Financial crisis, war, hunger, natural disaster. You feel like you don't deserve to be fulfilled until the safe times come. You always save and have a hard time spending what you've already saved, be it money or material things. You always compare yourself to others and almost never are satisfied with comparison results. You always lack something to make things happen. New job, new apartment, new wardrobe, new relationship, lighter weight, better skin, etc. You always doubt yourself, your decisions, and the chosen path. Does anything of this resonate with you? I definitely experience many of those signs, even now, although my major goal has been reached and I'm reunited with Brian. But I'm still a human, and I often keep comparing myself to other creators, to other artists, and just some amazing humans. And in most situations, I'm not satisfied with who I am and what I am. But I'm trying to break this pattern by using various tools, including Skillshare, that is kindly sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes that help create a set of meaningful and practical skills. I've just done a fantastic class, Unlocking Your Potential, 5 Exercises to Build Creative Confidence by Emma Gannon, author, broadcaster, and podcast host. This class is meant for all kinds of creatives, which is every human, I believe. Emma guides through different types of self-sabotage, such as procrastination, perfectionism, inner criticism, and fear of self-promotion. She teaches how to allow yourself to be successful in your own unique way. As I'm currently dealing with a couple of new creative projects, I needed that class so bad. The part about self-sabotage resonated with me strongly. It was very eye-opening. If you're like me and want to create more, you can start exploring this class and many other inspiring courses right now for free. The first 1,000 people to use my link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. As an important disclaimer, I want to highlight that of course there are many things that we want to do or to achieve that are very dependent on circumstances, and not doing something does not necessarily mean that you are living a delayed life scenario. But if you take a closer look at your life and at your decisions, at your fears and hopes, and then you can see a very clear pattern that I've mentioned earlier, high chances are that the delayed postponed life scenario is your case. In his research, Vladimir Serkin points out that the delayed life scenario can hardly be corrected rationally because certain groups of people have been experiencing this scenario, living this scenario for decades, and they are already born with this mindset ingrained. And this is one of the main reasons why we humans, many of us, are living this scenario, because it runs in the family. And other reasons are the following. It is set in the cultural and social environment of a person. This includes religious beliefs, in particular the ones where heaven is promised only after one passes away. The delayed life scenario is also triggered by current tragic events such as wars, occupation, and colonialism, when we are waiting for the better days to come, when we will be able to live finally. These periods can be so long and run through so many generations that we involuntarily inherit this type of mindset. It is caused by emotional instability with constant stress and fears that something can go wrong. It's also the fear of the future, and thus people prefer to avoid changes and just enjoy stagnation. And this feeling is very familiar to me as a highly sensitive person with emotional instability. It is caused by perfectionism when nothing is ever enough. According to Vladimir Serkin, the delayed life syndrome, and by the way, the syndrome is not a diagnosis, it's a mindset. So this syndrome has the following negative side effects. We don't fully trust our feelings and desires because they don't comply with a certain far-fetched idea or mindset that is not ours. We have problems with time management, making plans, and setting goals. But it's not all bad, because the delayed life syndrome offers some benefits as well. We have a clear vision of our future. We are partially relieved from the decision-making responsibility. The scenario actually makes our life more structured and less messy. We have more motivation. We are socially approved and accepted. But I personally still believe that delayed life scenario is more destructive than constructive. Days, months, years go away and they will never come back again. And it's such a horrible thing to know that one can die without beginning to live actually. We've rented this apartment, we've got our temporary residences, but I still hesitate to get an extra pot, because what if we have to move again? And I prohibit myself to even dream about getting a new sewing machine for the same reason. But on the other hand, the other day in a phone conversation, my brother asked me if we have begun to surround ourselves with things, and I said, hell yes. And I'm learning to feel fine about it, without any anxiety or guilt for living a life amidst everything that happens, to experience happy moments, to slow down without being horrified and constantly saving for the future. I'm taking baby steps to transform my delayed life scenario into something more meaningful. I'm trying to nurture more generosity, not only towards other people, but towards myself, because we all deserve to live a life, not in the tomorrow, but now. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end, my friends. Feel free to share in the comments whether the delayed life scenario is something that you've experienced before or you're experiencing now. How does it affect you, and how are you trying to cope with it? And for now, be safe and keep your heart open, and I hope to see you soon. Пока-пока.